Biceps.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
It's a slang.
All right.
Anyway, it doesn't matter, but I think that's what people are looking for. When I came across the Happy Body, I was looking for something to maintain and grow my muscle tissue, because that's what we lose when we're aging. And it was a revelation hooking into Jersey and this program, and learning how deep and far-reaching it is, and holistic too, I guess. So, which I will definitely write about Jersey for sure.
Awesome.
Dick, did you come here to get big guns then?
Who, me?
What did he say?
Did he come here to get big guns?
357, baby.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
That's where it's at.
57. It's a pretty big gun.
I'm sorry, I did it again. Sorry.
All right. Okay, guys. Anyone wants to say something about the last day, yesterday, the session? Summarize
Just call it
some any experiences and insights after, and the revelations.
What was your question?
We didn't hear you, Jersey. You were frozen.
Yeah, I'm going to mute.
I was frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Please
so,
repeat.
if anyone is there who want to say something about yesterday session and the insights, revelations, and anything that comes to your mind that would like to say something about yesterday or 2 days ago or whatever.
Hi guys, I missed class yesterday and I heard it as I was walking through my neighborhood, and I thought it was revelatory. I thought what Jersey had to share and what everyone contributed was right at the heart of what we're all trying to achieve in a happy life. And I was really moved by the whole thing and blown away. You know, the day before I had decided that I needed to work on everything that was discussed. So it was funny that was the topic. And I have a situation in my home right now where I actually have to be quiet. Hang on one second. It was an example of being stoic and not letting others hurt me. Because as you know, my yurt was taken over by people who didn't have permission to use it, and I told them not to, and they disregarded me 2 more times. And I had to make a choice how I was going to react. And I felt all the acid in my stomach, and I felt my shackles lift up, and I thought, I am going to go in there and I'm going to let them have it. And I stopped. I stopped. And I turned completely in another direction, and I said, I'm not hurt. All that matters, I can just remove myself from the situation. Nothing I do is going to change their behavior. So why should I even get upset right now? I will take my objects out and I will just give them the space. I will not even have another conversation about it. And I don't even have to be upset because all that's doing is hurting me. So I'm going to sanitize my objects, bring them down, and I won't speak to them again. And I felt free. I felt free of the problem. The problem went away. Instead of me trying to get in there and change their behavior and solve this, and how dare you threaten my life with your germ, you know, and it's definitely not what I would have done before.
Good for you, Amy. Good for you. Wow. Wow. You show really that you're growing up.
No kidding. It's about time at 51.
Yeah, it's just a time. You know, sometimes I'm joking when people say, "Oh, how old are you?" 51. I say, "No, you're 6. 5.
Yep.
1 is 6." And you
I'm kind of like 15, 16 a lot of the time. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks.
You really did the good thing for yourself. because it's really about you, right?
Yeah.
It's your health. It doesn't have anything to do with the other people.
And normally I would have stewed about this for days and just continued the drama.
Right.
So I couldn't wait to share that shift that the master is starting to take over.
Yeah, nicely. You face just the present moment,
Yeah.
dealt with the present moment, and that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else to do, right? Because you would need to do it anyway. So why to try to vent on others, right? That they
Yeah.
did something wrong. Well, they did it anyway. So now it's your response.
Yeah. And I don't even have to be mad.
No, you don't have to. That's the it is that if you even get mad, that you hurt yourself.
Yeah. And somebody just asked, how do I regard them now? Well, I thought after class, listening to it after this happened, I do regard them as people that have pain and don't know any better. And it's not my responsibility to be their teacher. But I can start in the present moment. Like if I have had a few interactions since then, and I haven't carried that resentment. I've just been like, how's your day? And like it never happened.
That's good.
It feels better.
Yeah, you have to give people the full humanity for what they are, and simply they don't know better, and it's in a way nobody's fault that we become what we become, right? And
Yeah.
it's like we go through life, and some of us are a lot better, some of us are a little worse, but there's no reason to put people down for it, right? So but you really need to respond to whatever the situation is and correct the situation simply.
I also got attacked this morning by a homeless person, which is why I was a few minutes late because I waited for the police to show up. And I was debating what the master would do. And I was watching as other people were getting attacked by this person. And I thought, well, this is the right choice because other people's safety is getting infringed upon here. And people were running into the street, and I ran into the street to get away from this man. And but I didn't sit there as upset as I normally would have. And then I left, and it's now out of my hands, and I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah, there's other people that will be dealing with it, right?
Yeah.
They have people in the States that they are dealing with problems like that, and it's their way to deal with it. It's not yours, really, here.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to even we are sad that people are becoming like that they are lost in life and they do those things, but it's really painful and really hard to live that way of life where people that simply live in constant pain because of the feelings and behavior. They just don't know how to live better.
Yeah, and my choice is I could keep walking down that same street, which is now filled with very troubled people, or I just choose a different neighborhood and I can mourn the loss of my neighborhood and I can be all upset, or I can focus on being present and enjoy, because I really just wanted to enjoy the day. But I'm going to have to choose to enjoy it somewhere else.
It is a beautiful day, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
So the
I
same.
like to talk too much. I'm sorry.
All right. The same sun, right? The same planet, the same trees for everyone.
Can
Well,
I ask Amy a question? May I?
If Jersey says so,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm just curious, in the first situation where you have these folks kind of invading your space, and
Well, I rented it out to them.
right, okay, so it's rented out, but not the yurt.
Right. That was
And
very clear. Yeah.
so it seems to me that you should be able to say something like, I need you to know that your behavior is really concerning to me. I've asked you 3 times not to use the yurt, and yet you continue to do this. What can I do to help you understand that the yurt is my yurt and off limits to you?
Well, I've already behaved and spoken in a way that they chose to disregard. And I felt like saying that, which was my initial gut reaction, was to say that,
Yeah.
would only escalate us to more of the same. And that they already proved by their behavior that they've chosen to disregard me. So just continuing to ask them to regard me is a waste of time.
Well,
And
Do you
all-
have a plan?
Well, they leave tomorrow, and then I write a review of how they treated me so that others
Okay.
may learn. And that's it. Then we're done.
Also, there are other solutions for people that simply it's very hard for them to follow certain rules, especially rules in words. You can put a big sign in front of the yurt, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
The yurt is private, please do not walk in. Or just secure the yurt in a way that you just cannot open it and walk in.
Yeah. The lock was, the yurt had some, what do you call it? Like the wood wasn't lining up anymore, so I couldn't lock it. And yeah, I'll be doing that in the future.
Yeah, it's just very simple because people will be doing over and over this thing. So it's not like you will be dealing with that. So simple solutions are more important here than actually be engaged with correcting people and be righteous about how the things should be.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going to take my responsibility and my steps for the future. And I assumed things that I shouldn't have assumed. I assumed. So I will not make those assumptions anymore.
So much for assumptions, right?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, Amy in Jersey. Thanks. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. So feeling old, we need a narrator, we need a fatalist, and we need a master to read.
Janice wants to be the master.
You ready? How do we know?
Well, I'll do it.
Who are you going to be?
The master.
Okay.
Can't you tell?
Okay. Who is the narrator?
Who's the what?
Narrator.
The scenario
Who will be narrator?
or narrator?
I can do it again, but somebody else should do it. Come on, you
Yeah,
guys.
we need somebody else.
I'll do it if you like.
All right. And then we need a fatalist, good fatalist.
I don't have the book, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Well, I think Simon was a good fatalist, a pretend
I'm a
fatalist.
great.
We need somebody else.
Okay. Any,
Don't want to get too good at being a fatalist.
okay, then be the, or whatever.
Who is going to be a fatalist?
There's 24 people in this group, and there's no one who's going to come forward.
Amy's gonna come forward.
There's a lot of people who don't talk at all. I'd love to get to know them better.
All right. Maybe we'll find somebody.
Adela, do you want to be the
No,
fatalist?
I don't have the book yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm still waiting.
Karen, do you have a book? Karen? Karen, yes?
I don't have the book with me because I'm not at home.
Joyce, you've got such a beautiful speaking voice. Come on. Joyce.
Joyce?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But I also do not have a book, unfortunately.
Guys.
Huh?
Guys, the book is on Kindle. I was just reading off of Kindle.
Margaret?
I apologize.
It's Margaret.
Go for it, Margaret.
Margaret? All right.
Yes.
You're fatalist. Which one? Which one? Margaret?
Margaret from Ireland.
All right. Okay.
From Ireland, yeah.
Oh, wait, both Margarets are, which one? Margaret from Ireland, okay.
What are you going to be?
I'm,
The fatalist?
I'm fatalist, am I?
Yeah, fatalist.
I'm
Margaret.
like fatalist, yes, okay.
Yeah. Right. So we have a narrator, we have a fatalist, we have a master. Okay. So everybody closes their eyes, and we go with the first fatalist. Okay. Narrator.
Essential strength. Scenario 3.
No. Feeling old.
Feeling
Sorry?
old.
Feeling
Page
old.
73.
Oh,
Page 73.
feeling old. Scenario 2. More often while looking into a mirror, Jen thinks that she has become old. As a result, she fears that the fun is ending and the end is coming fast.
Getting old is
You say
horrible.
fatalist.
Getting old is horrible. I'd better see my doctor and ask him to give me something to make me feel younger.
Do we have a disbeliever?
Hold on, not yet. We have the moment of silence. Then I will say disbeliever, and then we'll read again. All right. Narrator.
Feeling old. Scenario 2. More often while looking into a mirror, Jen thinks she has become old. As a result, she fears that the fun is ending and the end is coming fast.
Disbeliever.
Margaret, you do all the fatalists, so you do the disbeliever?
Oh, I do the disbeliever as well, do I? Sorry, I didn't.
The fatalist is in italics always throughout the whole thing. So.
Okay, I beg your pardon. I wasn't here the other night when you did this already.
Right.
Getting old is horrible. I'd better see my doctor and ask him to give me something to make me feel younger.
But you're only in your early 50s. You can still get stronger and feel as powerful as ever.
Dream on, dream on. I knew that you were a wishful thinker, but believing in the fountain of youth is beyond my imagination.
I'm sure you know the world has changed and that people live a lot longer today. So maybe you just think you're old, but the truth is you may be having a midlife crisis.
Ha ha ha, I wish. You probably missed the wrinkles. And more importantly, I don't have the energy to have fun or even work anymore. I need powerful steroids to survive until I can retire.
Feeling old. Scenario.
Hold on. Give a moment.
Oh, I'm not.
When
Sorry.
they're outside, people have to think to what happened. All right, narrator.
Feeling old. Scenario 2. More often while looking into a mirror, Jen thinks she has become old. As a result, she fears that the fun is ending and the end is coming fast.
Debater.
Getting old is horrible. I'd better see my doctor and ask him to give me something to make me feel younger.
Getting old can be fantastic. I'm sure you know that any age has its charm. The problem with you is that you think that getting old is the same as aging. People in their 30s can be aged, and people in their 80s can be youthful.
I can't have a normal conversation with you. Whenever I express my feelings, you become a philosopher.
Let me explain. Wrinkles are signs of getting old, and nothing can change that. But then you think your weakness is a sign of getting old. You make a big mistake.
Tell me then why I feel so bad that I can no longer imagine anything good happening to me.
You constantly think that you can't be young again, and it's true, but you can still be youthful and have a good quality of life until at least your 90s.
Did you sell your soul to the devil? It's ridiculous.
What if it's not?
Well then, tell me how it can happen. I'm eager to know.
Okay. First, you need to stop constantly thinking that getting old is bad. We all know that aging is a very powerful and destructive force, but nothing about it constantly makes us sick. Then we need to do what makes us youthful.
And I assume you know what that is?
I think everyone knows getting flexible and strong.
Just that? Are you sure?
Come on, isn't it clear? Nobody who is flexible and strong is aged. Do you need a scientist to tell you that?
Maybe you're right.
Am I the hesitator?
Hold on. Don't talk. Narrator?
Feeling old, scenario 2. More often while looking into a mirror, Jen thinks she has become old. As a result, she fears that the fun is ending and the end is coming fast.
Hesitator.
My wrinkles make me look so old, but even worse, I feel so weak. I need help to fight back. I'll ask Mary. She's older than I am, but she's a lot stronger, and I don't think it's all just genetics.
Of course it's genetics. It's normal that you feel old. You're old and you will fade away soon. So enjoy your life as long as it's still here.
Enjoy my life. I'd love to, although I don't have any energy left. It's time to get some help. I'm sure you know the saying, it's never too late. It's time to stop thinking about...
Hold on.
Hold on.
Narrator?
Feeling old, scenario 2. More often while looking into a mirror, Jen thinks she has become old. As a result, she fears that the fun is ending and the end is coming fast.
Faster.
It is time to stop thinking about the old past and build a new past, one that is youthful and happy. Mary knows how to do this. I'll call her right now.
Thank you. All right, everybody opens their eyes. All right, let's begin to the talk. Anybody wants to say something? Make a comment.
Where's Mary? I want to meet Mary.
Right.
Mary's on your screen wearing a white shirt.
Interesting passages there. Come on, isn't it clear? Nobody who is flexible and strong is aged. Do you need a scientist to tell you that?
Well, to start, it's becoming more clear to see the different kind of stages that one goes through. And that particular statement about the scientist, it seems to me that we're always looking for an expert, like looking for the doctor as well, to give me something to make me feel young. And so just to open things up, there you go.
It's like, was it the wizard that said to Dorothy, you had it with you all the time? Like you already knew it, you were just refusing to acknowledge it.
Right. Certain wisdoms are very like axioms in life, very simple. We don't need anybody to tell us that something is not good or is good.
I also, the last thing that the master says, I actually highlighted the paragraph where you talked about building a new past.
Right.
Because that was very hopeful to me, because it makes it seem that in the future, making the hard choices actually does become more intuitive and I guess easier in a sense, because it becomes more automatic once you have that new past of accumulated choices to reflect on and to build off of.
So how do you understand new past?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Well, it's, you know, if you think about, I remember listening to, oh shoot, I can't think of her name. The psychologist that used to have a really popular radio show, and she would always say the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. And so you're going to do what you've always done unless you make a really concerted and consistent effort to do something different. And in the beginning, you have to be very aware of those choices and make a very concerted effort every time to choose the right thing. But as time goes on, the accumulation of the choices makes them become more automatic. It's sort of like when we were talking about how learning the movements to the sequences is like learning the steps to a dance. And as at first you have to stop at each point to make sure that you've got the right form. But then as you become more familiar with them, the movements become more fluid and you can do them more quickly. And it's the same with making the hard choices.
So the present moments become past, right? It is important that in the present moment, Larissa, I mute you, and there are noises are coming from you, and you keep unmuting yourself. Okay. Maybe.
Sorry about that.
Okay. We hear the birds, that's good. All right, so the situation here is that whatever we do in the present moment becomes past. And that's our new past. We're building new past. There's really never really future. There's only memory of the past. The future is just imagination, right? It's something that we imagine is going to happen, but it never exists. The past doesn't exist either. It's just only memory exists in our mind about what we had done. So building a new past is by making in the present moment different choices, the choices that you want in the past, and that is your new past. When you get the happy body, you are building new past, right? Based on the happy body. And you don't have it, then it's the old past, right? So it is important to be aware in the present moment that present moment becomes your past. So the present moment really is important, what you do in the present moment. Like Amy was talking about you and was talking about engagement with the people. That is, it is already past. But at that moment was important to know that is going to be my past. So in that moment, you're doing something good to yourself. That's your past is good, and you have a good feeling about it. So the master focuses on what? On the present moment, right? In the present moment, creates that better past. It is time to stop thinking about the old past and build a new past, one that is youthful and happy. Mary knows how to do this. I'll call her right now. And it's a shift right away of the master that reaching for somebody that knows how to do it, right? So the master is reaching right away for the mentor. Oh, there's somebody that knows that. I want that tools. I will ask. Boom, 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 right?
Jerzy, I'm just noticing, did you purposely have the italics changed to the block letters as you proceeded through, as he or she became the master? I just noticed that, and it's quite striking.
Well, the master is always no italics, and fatalist is italics. It's kind of like, bent person, right? In a way.
Yeah.
So we put the bed that the fatalist would be the one that curve on the wind, right? It's kind of like it's bent, and the master is straight. So that and there is a distinction between the voices between one and the other one when you read it, right? Through. Mm-hmm. Anyone else want to say something?
I had a question. Is the master also looking at the future? You say the present, but it feels like it's also future.
Well, I remember the future idea is, my coach was saying the future is a flicker over the horizon and not a fire, right? So you have this awareness of the future, but that future is only built in the present. There's no future, really. There is only the present moment that you are doing something in the present, and that becomes your past. And that future is only that you are in the present again in a year, right, or two, and your past is better, and that is your future, right? There's no future, really. It's a different present and different past. So the awareness, really, to do, the right thing in the present moment and do better in the present moment, every present moment, that's all you can do. So in the training Olympic weightlifting, let's say you have 10 years and you have 10,000 days, right? 10,000 trainings or whatever it is. And in this every one, there is a present moment. And in that present moment, you do all what you are, right? You're consistent, you come to the training, you do your training, and that present moment builds up. And in that present moment, in 3 or 4 years, you are in a different present moment. That is your future. Imagine, right? With a new past, different past because of it. So if you want to build on a thing, you can only build in the present. There is nothing else. You can lose that present by thinking about the future or how you're going to be. or retaliate that somebody did something wrong, and that takes you away to actually do something good in that present moment. You have only present moment.
I've been spinning around what you were saying yesterday about the master representing goodness, and just what you're saying now makes me think, okay, if my only concern is goodness in the present, that will feed goodness that is in the past and will also create goodness in the future, and I don't really need to worry about either one of those two.
Right, and there is only power only that you have actually in the present moment. You don't have anywhere else. So focusing on the present moment, right? What we are doing right now is everything. That's all we got. We get always this present moment. That's where we live. So a teacher that comes to the class that has these agendas and is going to follow certain things and so on is out of the present moment. But the teacher that comes to the class and really tunes into the children in the class or kids, yeah, then that teacher is in the present moment. Remember Stand and Deliver, how funny he was sometimes with kids? Oh, Fingerman, Nethead, right? And he was joking and playing with them, connecting to them. He was in the present moment, constantly. Well, we have only present moment. That's all we got. But it's a wonderful moment. Thich Nhat Hanh said, present moment, wonderful moment. Right?
Jersey, what's really tripping me out that I've heard before, but I think I didn't understand, was also there is no past, it's just memories.
Right.
That is really trippy, because that means, memory can be faulty. And we only focus on certain aspects of our memories. We don't have a 360-degree view of what happened. So not only are they just memories, they're just interpretations of past events. And those change every time we remember it, it's altered. So nothing in our past even matters.
Of course, and the virtues are really helping here, because the way that virtues are will interpret the past in a certain way, right? So if our virtues are really strong, then we always adjust the past to, selectively, so it is not really horrible. So we adjust that. So it is a way to say about the past that we couldn't do better. Right?
Well, yeah, I used to eat a sleeve of Girl Scout cookies with no problem.
Right.
But what if I didn't even have that memory?
Well, the truth is that we are only the memory. So if I remove your memory, there is no you. That's a good one, right?
But I don't know that that's true, but I'm no better than to argue with you about anything.
Well, look at dementia, right? When people lose memory, they're gone. There is no connection to the person then in front of you. People are suffering so much because they are facing mothers and fathers that they are not there at all. They don't recognize them, no memory. It's a very hard to face the situation with dementia. So the
I guess
memory-
that's the difference between choosing to not have a memory and not choosing to have a memory.
Yeah, of course. But it's when the memory is gone, then that's it. There's no us anymore. So that's why, you know, the situation is like with replacing organs, right? That you can replace all the organs and in the future, but the brain is really trickster here, because tricky, because if you replace the brain, then you don't have the memory there. So then why would you do? Let's say you have tumors and things and you will die, and then you take a different brain and put it up there, but there is no memory anymore there. So there's a different person there now there, completely from the beginning. Why then? What for? Can you imagine that?
No.
Right? Because when you replace the heart, you function as a you, right? But if you replace the brain, then it's not you anymore. As somebody's brain, or that brain comes with, you know, certain memory. And that one is inside you now and takes your body over, and you are gone because your old brain is gone and you are gone. You're not anymore. Your body is there.
But what you're saying in terms of the master and the happy body is we are a collection of memories then.
Right.
However, it is important where we place our focus. And we need to focus that spotlight shining down right now in the present moment, not behind us, not in front of us.
Yes, and our past also that creates the present moment, right? Every time in the present moment, past becomes, and then we can be feeling good about ourselves, how we are in life. Depends on present moment. Whatever we are doing in the present moment is everything.
It's
There is
creating
no more.
impact.
There is no more than present moment in life. There is only present moment. And in the present moment, you can think about the past. And in the present moment, you can think about the future. Or in the present moment, you will be doing whatever we are doing now. It's the present moment. But when, you know, we began the session, it's gone. It's like every word is becoming past very fast. Life is only in the present moment.
Then, how do you feel old or weak in the present moment?
Because you're thinking.
But if you're in the present moment, you can't be thinking that.
Well, if you are not thinking about that every time that you live life, you simply don't think that you are old or young. If you didn't have any, you know, language about that, you wouldn't think about that. You would live life.
Right.
Even though aging would happen to you, but you would live life, right? So assumptions, judgments, and so on don't help. The only thing, like I said, about the master focuses on goodness and creating goodness in the present moment. And that is the most powerful thing that on the planet that we can do.
Yeah.
There's nothing beyond that. This is the most powerful thing. And it's in your hands.
Wow.
Right? It's in your hands. Means you actually can do that.
It's very inspiring.
Yes, very powerful too. That's why working on the virtues is really crucial here, and on the happy body, because through the happy body you create goodness, you feel good about yourself, and you become a person that is more caring and kind to your own body while actually doing the happy body. then the virtues are pouring in because you are working on improving that and making it better. And while we are really doing things in life that our focus is on goodness, we feel better. Our life is good. All right, guys, good day today. So, homework. Oh, we'll have to we'll get tomorrow to the definitely, I believe. So tomorrow we'll spend some time I understand, think, feel, believe. You see how much this abnormal is, that we need so much power in life to overturn the normal that is not good in life. And almost, that's why superhero, right? Superheroes are, kind of turning over something that is, in a way normal. And then we need, the question is, why we have this situation. I watched a movie yesterday, Debaters. This is a high school, black, what's that? Washington, Denzel Washington is playing the teacher there. So 1935. What struck me really when I watched the movie is like, the students sitting and they are talking and they are, they think and they ponder on things, they exchange and they are dressed clean, and it's just really striking about 1935. And then there is 1987, and the movie about Lean on Me. It's a horrifying place. Graffitis everywhere, dark, drugs, anger, and bullying. It's just like, what happened in 50 years? What happened there? Wow. Watch these two movies and, and see really how we were, and then, what happened in 50 years, really. Well, how did it happen that this normal high school happened? How we can be corrupted so much in life. I mean, so corrupted, the whole community corrupted, teachers corrupted. It reminds me of Holocaust. I read this book, Sunflower, by Wiesenthal. And this is Poland, and this is Poland before the Second World War. And then Wiesenthal is writing about this high school, and there was this, so he's pointing to the situation that anti-Semitism in Poland was not just because there were bullies. So he said that the bullies or anti-Semites came out with the idea that Tuesday is no Jews days, like the day without Jews, right? So when Jews came to the school, so bullies were standing on both sides and hitting them, right? And then before they entered the school. So Wiesenthal is saying, well, okay, we could really say that that there were certain people that were just hated, Jews, and they were jealous about them, and that created the situation and so on. But there is a really catch here. Teachers usually set up the schedule for Jews for the tests and exam on Tuesday. Now think about that.
Can you say that again? Teachers what? Teachers what?
Teachers set up the exams and tests for Jews on Tuesday.
So did they take the test? Or no, they weren't taking the test. I'm
They-
Jewish.
They have to take the test, but they would get beating. The point here is that teachers also collaborated with the whole situation of anti-Semitism. So the proof is that teachers were anti-Semites too. It was not just the bullies, angry boys. And the same happened was happening in Germany. In Germany, there were villages with the billboard, huge billboard. We are proud that there is no Jew here in our village or whatever. That's how bad it was. And, you know, it make me always think about this Jewish situation and what happened, what was happening in Poland and in Germany and the Holocaust. You know, when I encountered Jews in my life, and you know, there was always something about them, and that it was striking. It was education, it was consistency, it was self-control, it was goodness. It just kind of that brain evolved. I guess it had more time to evolve and become that way. And of course, when we look at that from the perspective of those that have the brain that is not really there anymore, and there is no at that moment, right? Then we could get jealous, simply jealous, because you know when we see people that they are better off in life, and we are jealous because we compare ourselves. We are not masters, right? To adapt ourselves. So the education about the master is kind of important in life. So you don't experience to be jealous. Jealousy is a very devastating feeling. It's negative. It's a horrible feeling that can lead us to wars and killing and destruction. Just simple jealousy. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Good day today.
Jersey, two movie suggestions I want to see if you've seen. Shawshank Redemption. Have you watched that?
Yeah.
Okay. And Rush. It's a Formula One race car movie.
Yes, yeah.
And any thoughts about those two movies?
I don't remember the movies that I could have any thoughts. I would need to watch because I need to get my feeling attached to it back, right?
You ready for some homework?
Yeah, yeah. Which one?
Pick one of the two. Shawshank Redemption or Rush?
Wait, remind me that the Redemption, what was it about?
A man is sent to prison and he uses his mind while he's in prison and how he interacts with all the inmates.
Yeah, I remember, yeah. Interesting. Okay, I will watch it.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Okay.
Great class.
We need to read the next one. What is the next one?
Creating a garden.
We read the third one, but we haven't read it aloud. So do you want us to go on and read the fourth one?
Yeah, creating a garden, right?
Yes.
Wow. That's a very interesting. Okay. Creating a garden, you're reading it. Okay, guys. See you tomorrow.
Wait, we're skipping the essential strength thing?
No, we read it. We didn't
We read it, but we didn't read it. We didn't read it aloud. Okay. All right.
But we read it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we go to the okay, garden. Got it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
It was a good one today.
Thanks, Jersey. Yeah, it was very good.
you.
We're getting closer and closer to the flip.
The flip. We gon' flip the switch, y'all.
Yeah, here we are.
So cute, Amy.
Amy flipped already.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
I see your
What do you-
kitty
what do you
cat.
mean? What's
You
flip
see
the
my
switch?
kitty cat? Yes.
You do. Over
yes.
there.
She's eating.
Cute.
All right. Bye, guys. Great class.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Love
Amy.
you, Jersey.
Thanks, everybody.
Love
Bye,
you.
Jersey. Thank you.
Bye.